But, I mean, I have gone through it personally as a late teenager. I have abuse from Christianity. I have my mom's boyfriend told me that, knowing full and well that I don't really chill with that many people, he told me many times that I would have more friends if I was Christian. And he knew how personal that was for me, because I'm not Christian. I don't follow Christian ideology. So I have been kind of mentally abused by Christians. Not only that, but he told me and he asked me if I liked looking at dead animals, just because I wasn't Christian. He asked me if I liked looking at dead animals, like a Satanist. And I don't know what his deal was, but that stuff is for real. People do get mentally abused by a religious family and religious friends, because that type of stuff, really, when you come across a lonely individual or an empath or a loner, and you tell them stuff like, do you like looking at dead animals just because you're not this way, or you don't have much friends because you're not this way, do you know how much that would actually affect the individual? So you really got to go into it and realize something. People do get abused, and it's a daily thing. Like, look at this. My goddess statue. I mean, like, come on. Having your religion has nothing to do with your personal life, or your personal friends, or whether or not you like dead animals, or you like poking around dead animals. Like, well, that kind of mental abuse needs to stop. So, as a dedication, I'm going to teach people. I'm going to make a tutorial of how to play the new pack for and the new deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, I mean, the rules are pretty simple. Here it is. I'm gonna get that to in like 5 seconds. But the point of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to create your own deck, to collect decks just like Pokemon from basic stores. Walgreens, specifically Walmart, still sells them, and I'm surprised they were still selling them here. Here is the expansion pack and official deck of Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. The Gates of the Underworld is ready to duel right out of the box, so you're set to start playing. But first, look over the handy dueling guide. So, of course, you do need to go through the dueling guide, but here is some basic examples. Getting started, timing your duel in the game map, monster cards, effect monsters, pendulum monsters, XYZ monsters, all of these good type of monsters here. And of course, here is, what is Yu-Gi-Oh! You can take part in the exciting card game and action seen in the family of Yu-Gi-Oh! TV and comic mega hits. In this game, 2 players duel each other using a variety of monster spell and card traps to defeat their opponents' monsters and be the first to drop their other's LP, which is life points, to 0. And if you don't understand, I think in the original TV show, if you get your life points to 0, I think they die and enter some sort of necromantic afterlife where they're trapped in a cage or jail cell or something. And here is the things you need to duel. Assemble your favorite cards into a deck that follows these rules. The deck must be 40 to 60 cards. You can only have up to 3 copies of the same card. Also, some cards are forbidden, limited, or semi-limited in official tournaments. Unfortunately, the way me and my friends used to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, we actually used probably up to a couple hundred. on our decks. So the games went on way longer than they should have. So, alright, let's open this up. Whoa, that's big. This is the deck, the new deck, structure deck, Gates of the Underworld. And I just got this the other day, and I've been really meaning to get into it. Look at that. Nice fine package, ripped it open in excitement like any other person would. New deck. It's brand new. I'm going to open this. Here is the first monster. So, here we go. With my nail here, I'm going to cut it open. Oh, wait. This is new. And I used to be a kid playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We'd always play Yu-Gi-Oh! But we never had, we had to open it like that when we were kids. But now there's a little thing of plastic that helps you open the container. Or the deck itself. So, and voila. Here's the new deck. If nobody knew the cheap decks or anything like that, then you would know they are not like this on the other side. They were poorly, and they were more yellow. Like this, it was more yellow. If you never got any of the poor packs or the poor rip-off version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Selling. And here we are. Here's the full deck. Here we got Vanguard of the Dark World. Here's one that looks more reminiscent to me. Zir, Knight of the Dark World. It really felt like when I first looked at this right now, I kind of got like a Dark Magician vibe. They were trying to recreate that, so... Alright, my camera is not zooming in or working properly, but this is Belial, right here. Belial, Marquis of Darkness. I thought that was pretty cool, and right here is Tragoedia, or... See, I'm zooming in and I'm putting this right into the camera. For some reason it has a zooming problem, and I don't know why, but this is a Tragoedia, which is a monster. But again, here's the Marquis of Darkness. Really cool wings. For some reason it's not zooming right. So this is the new layout for the monster deck, and it seems twice as large as when I was a kid, when I was like 9, 10, 11, because it was only like this big. It seems like it doubled in size. These are basically the pawns, and you put your monsters as such. Here is the Overlord of the Dark World. 7 power stars, so that's a pretty powerful one. And here is Goldo, but he only has 5 stars in power. And this is really cool background. And right here, this background right here of this orb reminds me of the old school. And here's the deck zone. Oh, and Goldo, let's say he died, right? You put him in the graveyard, because you're supposed to have 2 different decks. Someone else can be fighting on that side, fighting you. And if your monster dies, you put him in the graveyard. And right here, let's pretend this is my turn. Here is Warlord of the Dark World, Silva. Like that. Since this is a new pack, a new idea, it has new rules and a new rule book to go along with this. So, yeah. But like I was saying, if you don't understand the style of Yu-Gi-Oh, basically you're fighting with the souls of demons, dragons, magicians, and other Dark World beings, and you are fighting each other. Whichever ones have more. Also, there's spell and trap card zones. Since this is bigger, you can put more spells and traps. Here's the weakest card of the deck. It looks like Cerilli. Only 1 star. Sangin, Tragedia, and Belial. So it's not actually supposed to be like this. You're supposed to put it down as a surprise, or just put it up face forward. I mean, it depends on how you play, but I think officially you have to keep them hidden until you're supposed to reveal them in combat. But the way I used to play, we just put them down like that. Each card has a field and effect, like Sangin right here. If he dies in combat and is put to the graveyard, you can add a monster with 150,000 less ATK from your deck to your hand. So, boom. He dies, right? So here we go. Let's get a monster. Not a spell and trap. That's a trap. Alright, since he died, I can add Snow on Light of the Dark World, since he has ATK of 1700, I can put him down with less ATK, or half or a third of a health bar. Alright, let's add some spells, shall we? Dark World Deerlings, which allows 2 players to deal 1 card in combat. And then, of course, Terraforming, which is adding 1 card from your deck to your hand. And, of course, Allure of Darkness, which allows you to draw 2 cards from your deck. And, of course, the classic card, this is familiar, Card Destruction. So, since I'm pretty beefed out, I could start combat field card zone. But let's say I want an extra deck. So just pretend that's a whole new deck and not part of that. So now I have 2 extra decks. And if you don't understand the artistic style of Yu-Gi-Oh, then yeah, like I said before, it's demon fighting, of course, new dark spell work, trappings, and of course portals. Each new monster comes out of a demonic portal from the other realm and all that. And before you start every game, of course, you have to create your own deck with thousands of cards, or one of the 3 special monsters from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, that is my little mini guide to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Training deck card game. And I'm sorry if I did get any details about the show, specifically the TV show, wrong. It's just, I haven't seen that show since I was like around 6, 7, or 8. And I always kind of remember that after they died and ran out of life points, they always kind of went to a messed up afterlife that's a lot like the Soul Cairn in Skyrim, where their life force is used up and it's kind of like all haunted. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, because I had a lot of fun going back on this stuff. Are you being a good kissy bits? Are you? Oh, are you being a good kissy bit? Huh? Are you being a good kissy bit? She is.